Hair growth videos can be vague and hardly ever explain the root cause of the issue. Welcome to a series that I'll be calling Hair Growth with Grace. I'm Grace, obviously. This is going to be my first video where I try to fit all of the general knowledge I have about hair growth into one video. So I'm going to split it up into 3 volumes. Volume 1 is your hair type and its current condition. Volume 2 is going to be how to identify your hair growth issue. And Volume 3 is your routine. So let's jump right into Volume 1, which is hair type and current condition. To identify your hair type, you're going to need to understand 3 things. Number 1 is texture, and this is going to be your curl pattern. If you want to, you can get really in-depth with some charts and other YouTube videos that explain specific curl patterns. But for the most part, you just want to know whether your hair is straight, wavy, or curly. Number 2 is density, and this refers to all of the hairs on your head as a whole. This could be looked at as thick or thin hair. To identify whether you have a high density or a low density, you'll want to look at your scalp, and if you can't see a lot of skin, then you have a higher density. If you have a lower density, you're going to be able to see skin underneath the hair. Number 3 is coarseness. This refers to the diameter of each individual hair, and this is fine, medium, or coarse. You can test it by grabbing a piece of hair and running your fingers along it. If it's fine, it's going to feel really, really smooth, and you're not even really going to be able to feel it very well. If it's medium, you might be able to track it a little bit, but it'll still feel pretty smooth. And if it's coarse, you'll be able to track it all the way down and kind of feel a rougher texture along the hair. So, for example, I have a wavy texture with a high density and a medium coarse. To determine the condition of your hair really just means, is it healthy or is it more damaged? There could be damage to your hair from all different kinds of things. It could be from products, it could be from heat, it could be from chemicals. So if your hair is damaged, you already know that you need to take extra steps to take care of it and heal what damage has been done. You can't actually reverse any damage within the hair, but you can synthetically replace what the hair is missing to make it feel and appear as healthy as possible. This is what your hair looks like. That shell that looks like shingles on a roof is called your hair cuticle, and it's made to protect your hair shaft. The cuticle can open and close, and this is usually affected by things like heat or chemicals. But after opening and closing so many times, it becomes weak and it can snap. And this is where you start to see split ends, breakage, fuzziness, anything like that is going to indicate that your cuticle is open. So when your cuticle is more closed, it's going to look super shiny, your hair is going to feel strong. So the goal most of the time is to seal the cuticle. Based on your hair's cuticle, you either have low, medium, or high porosity. Porosity is your hair's ability to hold and retain moisture, liquids, and chemicals. Someone with a low porosity has a very smooth, shiny cuticle, and this can cause the hair to be flat and unable to hold a style, but it will appear very healthy and shiny looking. While somebody with a high porosity has more frizzy, dull looking hair, they can usually style their hair better. So after looking at your hair and deciding whether it's more smooth and flat or if it's more frizzy and thick, you can kind of start to pick up different things that will work for your hair. Somebody who has more fine, flat hair is going to want to go for more volumizing products, while somebody with a fuzzy or damaged appearance is going to want to go for reparative and smoothing products. Volume 2, let's identify your hair growth issue. I like to break hair growth issues into 2 major categories. Category number 1 is people who want hair growth directly from the scalp. This is going to be somebody who wants to grow more or fuller hair, aka having a higher density. Category number 2 is people who want hair growth for visually longer length. So somebody who wants their hair to literally just look longer than it currently is. Maybe you're both categories, and most people are, but it's just good to keep both in mind when you're working with your hair on a daily basis. So let's start with category 1. This is scalp growth. So thinning, balding, any sort of hair loss from the scalp could be medical, it could be genetics, it could be overall care issues. But regardless of whether you actually have a specific issue going on or if you just want more hair, they both start with scalp care. Scalp care is going to be almost essential for everybody just because it's another part of your body that needs to be properly taken care of. Just like we wash our face and we brush our teeth, most of the time people don't realize that the scalp is actually skin and it needs to be exfoliated and moisturized and all the other things that the rest of your skin would need. And this is where shampoo comes into play. And I just want to start by saying that hair care is not about expensive products. It's about quality ingredients, but more importantly, how you're using your products, because you could have the best products in the world, and if you're not using them correctly, they're not going to work. The ingredients in your shampoo directly affect your hair, because if your scalp is not healthy and clear, the hair won't be able to grow in at its fullest potential. To properly clean your scalp, you want to get the shampoo directly along your hairline. You don't want to take the shampoo and just plop it on the top of your head, where it's mainly just getting this part of the hair and it's not actually touching the scalp. So it's very important to not only get the shampoo directly on your scalp, but to also do 2 shampoos. The first shampoo is going to clean your hair and get off that outer layer of dirt, oil, product, sweat, whatever's on your hair. The second shampoo is going to not only clean anything that you missed, but it's also going to give the clean hair a chance to absorb the nutrients that are in your shampoo. Then that's where the ingredients of your shampoo really matter. You want to make sure that you're putting things on your scalp that are going to be soothing and natural and safe for your skin. I personally use Kevin Murphy because of this. They really believe that scalp care is just like skincare. So their shampoos and their products have a lot of really quality ingredients that will nourish and hydrate your scalps, and also will provide you with vitamins and proteins and amino acids that your hair is missing. Bad ingredients in a shampoo can cause buildup, scalp irritation, heaviness, dryness, and even breakage. There's lots of other things that you can do to pamper your scalp, like massage, oil treatments, and circulating blood flow. Another reason that taking care of your scalp is so important is because at some point the hair that's on top of your head is going to become your ends, so you want to make sure that you're taking care of it and maintaining it all the way through, so that by the time it actually gets to your ends, it's shiny and still full of life. Okay, so for category 2, I find that most people fall under category 2, and this is when you do have regrowth coming in. You can see that your hair is growing from the scalp, but it's staying at the same length and it's not actually getting longer. This is because while the hair is growing in from your scalp, it's also breaking off from your ends at the same time, which is causing it to appear the same length. To fix this issue, you're going to want to do everything you can to avoid breakage. I have found, with my clients at least, the biggest breakage causer is sleeping on your hair, because while you're sleeping, you're kind of just rolling around on it, and that's causing it to snap more. Even if you have a silk pillowcase, it's still more the fact that it's kind of just being like roughed against your body. To fix that, you're going to want to sleep with a silk cap, or sleep with it in a braid or a bun that's higher up and more secure, so that you're not putting as much pressure on those ends. There's lots of other things you can do to help with the breakage. You can balance your pH through products, you can add protein to the hair, you can seal the hair cuticle down with hair oil, sleeping with a silk cap on it, being more gentle when you're brushing, using less heat, and that includes not using as much bleach. Stop bleaching your hair. Volume 3, we have routine. Routine is going to be so important because if you take 5 minutes a day to do small maintenance things for your hair, you will see 10 times the results than buying an expensive hair mask and using it once a month. This is because you have environmental damage, which is just daily wear and tear of your hair. You have products that can be causing damage or blocking your scalp. You have heat issues. You have chemical issues like coloring and bleach. So there's a lot of very normal things that happen to people's hair that you need to kind of make up for on a daily basis if you want your hair to be healthy looking. Usually I do my hair routine at night. I typically do style my hair every morning, but I definitely have a nightly routine that I follow. This consists of brushing my hair gently, applying oil in my ends, and securing my hair up at night. Those are 3 simple things that I've changed in my daily routine that made my hair grow so much. I've spent a lot of time talking about external hair growth tips, but what about some internal ones? Living a healthy lifestyle, shocker, will help your hair grow. When you give your body the things that it needs, it's going to function more properly, and hair growth is a part of that. So when you're drinking a lot of water, taking vitamins, exercising, having a clean, healthy diet, all of those things are going to really help give your hair what it needs to grow. Your hair is the only part of your body that can grow back without scarring, and that's really cool, and it kind of makes you realize the possibilities of your hair if you just care for it the right way. So in conclusion, take care of your hair. It's really, really important to most people, and it's as simple as adopting healthy habits. You will see such a difference when you start making small decisions to care about your hair. Look into going to a local salon for scalp facials or hair treatments, certain things that you can get that you can't get at home that can really, really help boost your hair growth journey and set you off on the right foot. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you enjoyed it. Check out my Instagram, my TikTok if you want to know some more hair growth things.
Look, I swear Paris what we pray for.